What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my Sunday stock watch list, where I give you the hottest stocks I'm looking at for the current week. Every day on Sunday I do this. Every day on Saturday I give you an educational video, and every day from Monday through Friday I give you a market recap after the market is over. So my name is Nour Trades, and I'm known for turning 20K into a little over 2 million. And let's get along with this episode. So the first thing I want to talk about is the current market. Right, this week is the busiest week of Q2, and this is just the busiest week of the quarter. It's going to get pretty hectic and volatile, and there's over 150 companies reporting this week in the S&P 500 and over 100 in the NASDAQ. So the first thing I want to talk about is my earnings watch list. So obviously there's a lot of stocks reporting this week. So the first one I want to talk about is Procter & Gamble. So it's not my favorite one, but obviously this is my top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my top 7. So I narrowed it down. So the reason I'm looking at Procter & Gamble is because, one, it's pretty consistent if you look at the last 180 days. Obviously you see a little consolidation over here for this period of time, but since then it's been pretty consistent, and right now it's at a current high, and I like it. So if you look at the last 3 years, you can see that it's at an all-time high right here. So to me, there is some medium risk. So my order is low risk, some risk, medium risk, high risk, right? So there's 4 levels. This would be part of my medium risk. Reason being is not because of anything. It's just that it's at an all-time high. When stocks are at an all-time high, it's hard to touch these type of stocks. So if you've been in the game of trading, you understand that when it's at an all-time high, there's usually more risk than reward. But with Procter & Gamble, it's actually very consistent when it comes to earnings, and it's pretty consistent when you're looking at the chart. So I do think Procter & Gamble will beat. There's just a chance it might not jump. And the type of jump it's going to have is around 3%. So you might take that into consideration, like maybe 3% is not enough for me or something like that. That's up to you. But Procter & Gamble reports Tuesday, April 23rd. So Procter & Gamble, it shows consistency, and if you're into consistent stocks, this is your one. The second thing I want to talk about on my earnings watch list is Twitter. So let's look at Twitter. TWTR, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Twitter. So Twitter, it's been consolidating for a while. If you look at the 180-day chart, it's actually been all over the place. On my channel, to my perspective, I think there's some risk. So this would be the second level of risk. They report pre-market April 23rd, which is Tuesday, and the movement will be around 9%. So the reason I'm looking at Twitter is I think they're going to beat. Not only that, I am looking over here. So it's actually been consolidating, and I think it will flip to the upside. It hasn't confirmed any upside momentum. Maybe before it will confirm that, but until now it hasn't confirmed anything. So I do like Twitter. Twitter is one of the plays I think I'm going to touch. And yeah, Twitter, I like Twitter. So Twitter is a good one. If you look at the chart, relative strength index is not overbought or oversold. Momentum is it looks like it's about to reverse, but it hasn't confirmed, and the MACD is consolidating. So that's my second one on my chart. I like Twitter. The next one is Snap. I do like Snap. If anybody is looking at Snap, I like Snap. Reason being is, look at this. So Snap for the last 180 days, iffy over here, but till it got to this point around December 24th, obviously the market sucked. If you look at every stock, December 24th was pretty bad. Everything took its probably lowest lows December 24th, December 26th, around that date. But ever since then, it's been on an uptrend, and I actually do like Snap. So Snap is about to confirm, MACD is about to confirm, relative index looks good, and I think they will surprise to the upside. Expectations are already low, so Snap can really Snap. So expectations are really, really low. I talked about this when I talked about JP Morgan. Expectations were low. And how much can they miss by if it's already low? So I like Snap. Snap is showing some nice upside. They're going to report April 23rd after market. And to me, there's some risk. Obviously, with every earnings, I can't say low risk. There's always some risk to an earnings report. Anything can happen during an earnings report. So the move I'm looking for is around 14%. Yes, 14%. That's a lot. If you want to play it safe, I would say 10% if you're buying contracts. So this is all this week. The next thing, one of my favorite ones on this list is Facebook. So Facebook has some risk here. Let me just start that off. It reports April 24th after market. There's some risk. Every earnings has some risk. It's going to move around 5 to 7%. The reason I like it, one, Facebook's going to report a strong earnings. If you look around, they should be reporting a strong earnings. And two, if you look at the chart, it's actually been consolidating. I think this is its chance to get back to 200. Remember this big dip, 218 to 171? Yeah, I remember that too because I owned it. And then guess what I did? I went all in on this average, and I came out with a nice 100K profit in less than a week, I think. So let's look at Facebook. Facebook, if you look at it, you can't look at the relative strength. It's not overbought or oversold, but the momentum looks like it's about to reverse, and the MACD looks like it's about to reverse, but nothing is confirmed. But I do like Facebook. Facebook is one of those, like, all of you've been seeing is negative news, but people have still been buying, which are these big institutions like hedge funds and stuff like that. That is a good sign. So Facebook's on the list. I am going to enter Facebook. Looks like I might be entering Snap. I mean, everything on this watch list I probably will enter. If I narrowed it down to my top buys, that means I'm going to enter most likely. So Facebook, 5 to 7% move. I like it. Next one is Amazon. All right, so Amazon is obviously a very scary one to play with because it can move up to $100 on earnings. So Amazon, this is medium risk just because I don't know where this is going to go. I do own shares of Amazon since 1350. It was 1,350 when I owned it. It's currently $1,861. It's going to move around 4%, which is around $74. So it's going to report April 25th after market, and I think it's going to hit. You never know with earnings, so this is going to be a medium risk one. It looks like momentum is about to reverse, but there isn't much to be playing with Amazon, but I do think this is going to surprise to the upside. So last time they reported earnings, the relative strength index was around here, and they actually shot up a lot. So I want to scroll. Let me move this up. But where was this? So if you look over here at 1307, let me make this bigger. I just want to show you the 180 days. So as you can see, December 26th right here, told you December 24th, December 26th was all-time lows. Well, not all-time lows, 52-week lows for these stocks, all these stocks on the market. It was just a bad environment. So ever since, it's been popping up. And yeah, it has enough. If you look at the channel, it has what it takes to pop up to over $1,900. So I do like Amazon. I might play some contracts. I don't know, but I already own shares, and I'm most likely going to hold. So the next thing is CVX. It will be reporting Friday, April 26th. It has some risk, and it's pre-market, and it's going to move 2 to 3%. So the reason I want to look at CVX is because it looks good on the chart. So I do think they're going to surprise. Expectations are already bottom low. How much lower can it get? And that's the way I'm looking at Chevron. So relative strength index looks good. It's at the bottom. Momentum looks like it's about to reverse, and MACD looks like it already reversed. So that was the first stage. RSI is the second stage, and I think Chevron will surprise to the upside. It's looking like it's going to move around 3%. Something I did miss that I do want to talk about. By the way, we're done with Chevron. I do like it. So I think I'm going to take a small position in CVX. It has some risk. Next thing is DPZ, Domino's. I don't like Domino's here. I feel like they're going to miss earnings. And yeah, the chart points like it's about to reverse to the downside. Around 3 to 8% move on this earnings. So this can get a little bit busy. I would be buying puts. This isn't a call for DBZ. I repeat, this is not a call. This is a put. If you're into options, I do not like DPZ. It's going to be reporting April 24th. So make sure you put that, sub that in because I didn't talk about it earlier. Pre-market, and it's going to move around 3 to 8%. So DPZ is one of those things where I don't like it. If you can see, it's overbought. Momentum looks like it's about to reverse, and MACD does not look as attractive as it would be, say, over here. And yeah, DBZ is something I don't like. It's going to move around 3 to 8%. So let's go to my regular watch list. There isn't much I want to be doing this week because there's a lot of earnings. So the one thing I want to do is I'm going to be day trading a lot because it's going to be volatile, but I still talk about stocks that I would swing. So Baba is one of them. And Baba is something I want to buy on the next red day. So if it takes another dip, as you can see, it's been playing in the 180s. It'll drop down to 180, pop up to 185, pop up now to 186.90. Right now, it looks like it's about to confirm an uptrend. So maybe I wouldn't wait. If I do rush it, I do rush it, whatever. But it looks like it's about to confirm. As you can see, my mouse and MACD already confirmed it. But the thing with Baba is the China deal. The China deal gets in the way of me. I love Baba, the stock. It's one of the top stocks, in my opinion, on the market in the first place. But if you're looking to swing, I would be looking to swing not this week till next week. So this is April 26th options this week. So I would be looking at the May 3rd options for Baba. The next thing is NVIDIA, NVDA. All right, so I like NVIDIA, but the thing is I do want to buy on a red day. So as you can see, it hasn't confirmed anything. I might play it early before it confirms anything. I do like the channel it's running in. As you can see, 184, it's at 186.20. I would love to buy this on a red day for a quick swing. But if I can't, I might not. This is something I wouldn't touch if it doesn't because it's in no man's land right now. But it's not overbought or oversold. But it is closer to the bottom side of this. So the next thing is Square. So I already have my students in Square. I actually love Square. It's setting up perfectly for a good earnings, right? So it's currently oversold. Look at the chart. This is why I put a safe buy on this. Obviously, nothing's ever safe in the market. You know what I mean? But to me, this is safe. I like Square. It's actually oversold. But it hasn't confirmed on the other stages like Momentum and MACD. It looks like it will, though. But when it comes to Square, I do like the way it's setting up before earnings. I might play it through earnings. So if you're playing Square through earnings, I would be buying the $80 calls. If you're buying it for this week, I would be buying the $75 calls. I think it will recover a little bit. So I do like Square. There are no bad news. It's just people selling off, and I think Square will beat earnings. I like Square as a company. It's just growing every single year, and it's always adding something to its business that makes it different from others. Also, you can compare Square to PayPal like everybody's been doing since they started. And if you look at PayPal, it's actually been lagging PayPal. Look how consistent PayPal has been. I think Square will start making a comeback and start shadowing PayPal again. So Square used to be consistent, but it does need to catch up to PayPal. So I think this is its chance where it can surprise to the upside. So from here up. But yeah, these are my top stocks, my top watch list for this week. I talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 stocks on this stock watch list. So have fun with that. Make sure you do your own studies on them. But these are the top 10 stocks I'm looking at for this week. So yeah, thank you for joining. Any more information about me, you can check the description. And I do this every Sunday. Make sure you're here for tomorrow because I will be talking about a Monday recap. And I'll do that from Monday through Friday. So yeah, guys, thank you for joining me today on this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.